Why didn't you charge him?
Again, that was an NBC News special report. We are jumping out of that right now. We're going to recap the breaking news. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted for a third time. He is due to appear before a federal magistrate in Washington to face these charges. That is Thursday, 3 o'clock our time.
Trump is charged with conspiring to defraud the country he used to lead. He is accused of attempting to prevent the peaceful transfer of presidential power to Joe Biden. Prosecutors say Donald Trump knew and was told by several leaders that he lost the election, but continued to campaign on that. This indictment is the third criminal case filed against the former president and the current frontrunner in the 2024 GOP presidential race. Now, Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing over his actions after the 2020 election.
We have been reading this indictment here in the studio. Charles Benson joining us right now. Wisconsin played a role in the events of January 6th with the fake electors, and on page 20 of the indictment, that story is laid out.
Yeah, I don't have a legal mind, I have more of a political mind, and as I look through this document, one of the things that they're alleging here is that the former president knew that he had been told that the outcome in Wisconsin was accurate and fair, that there was nothing fake or fraudulent about the results in Wisconsin. And if you go back, Carol and Steve, we had the recount in two counties, right, Milwaukee and Dane. He lost there. In fact, Biden picked up a few extra votes. You also had the state Supreme Court look at this to see if there was anything that didn't add up in how the election was done here in Wisconsin. And again, they rejected those claims. So if you're watching at home, if you're following at home, on page 20, and I'll make this one final point here, is that they say that the president knew, I should say 21.51, that the defendant raised with his own acting attorney general and the acting deputy attorney general specific fraud claims, that there had been more votes in Wisconsin than voters. And he was told no, that did not happen.
And we know that's false.
And we know that's false. And because he knew that, he knew what he was saying, or had been told, that the things in Wisconsin were not fraudulent.
The crux of this case will be intent, and that is
Exactly.
something that everybody is talking about. Charles, thank you for that insight.